Hornworks, it is a very snowy, cold morning in Connecticut. Last week I drew a 6 of clubs in my 52 cards for 52 weeks challenge, which says a disc sander rest. So today that's what I'm going to be building. So this here is my old Shopsmith. If you don't know about Shopsmiths, they're kind of an all-in-one tool. They do just about everything, but nothing really well. So mine is usually just set up as a disc sander. Once in a while it gets used as a lathe. And it has these holes here which allow for all the different attachments, and I wanted the disc sander rest to adapt to that, so I'll start by making some tubes that can fit into these holes. I found a piece of tube that was about the right diameter, but I wanted to take a few thou off it so that it would slide in and out of the hole easily without any interference. And for that I can use my metal lathe. With the piece of tubing made, I can move on to the actual sanding rest. So I have this leftover piece of shelving from a job that I recently did. Seems like it'll make a good rest for sanding. Since the holes in the Shopsmith are 1 inch, I can use a 1-inch Forstner bit to mark the center of the hole. Well, I drilled a hole all the way through this, and then was thinking it would probably be better if the piece just went in and stopped. So I'm going to be re-drilling this in 2 other locations. Thankfully this is going to end up getting cut away anyway. Cutting out the middle support for the sander rest, and I decided to have a little bit of fun with it. So for the top, I want this to actually overhang the bottom. That's why I didn't run them at the same time. I want that to come out probably about 1/4 or 1/2 inch, maybe even more than that. Something like that. So I'm just going to measure over approximately what that is. It doesn't really matter. 1 3/4. So we're going to go 1 3/4. So I want to do the same thing here. I widen that slot up to there. So I'm just going to sneak up on that until I get a nice snug fit. So I'm not going to go right up to the line, I'm just going to go pretty close to it. Here I'm just shaping the base to match the Shopsmith itself. I can ease all the edges with an 1/8 inch roundover bit. To me this always makes a big difference. It just makes everything feel a little more finished.
With the tubes in place on the Shopsmith, I can put the sander rest on, and I'll drill and tap a hole and then put a machine screw in it to hold them in place. This is probably overkill, but I used a little bit of 5-minute epoxy to make up any of the slop in the holes. Since those tubes were machined down a few thou, they weren't a perfectly snug fit, and I wanted them to be nice and solid. With that done, I'll give it a quick coat of spray lacquer. And now it's time to try it out.
Well, that is so much better than the old one. Rock solid, much nicer to have a bigger work surface. Alright, well that was a fun little project. I'm really happy with how my disc sander rest turned out. So with that being said, I'm going to pick my card for next week. Alright, let's see, what do we have here? A 6 of hearts. A mini cannon? Oh man, now that's going to be an interesting one. Stick around for that, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.